Hello everyone, welcome back to cryptogains for another video. And in this video we are going to be talking about VeChain. Is 100,000 VeChain enough? If you have had this question in your head, if you've been reaching this goal, or if you've been trying to figure out if that's enough, because you know VeChain has been super cheap for the longest time, and now obviously VeChain's seeing some good pumps, which is obviously leading to my head, well, is 100k enough? If you have this question, please drop that like. If you're new, give me a subscribe and I'm going to dive into this with you. But before I do so, I need to let you know I am not a financial advisor. These are just my own personal opinions on this market, so please always do your own research before investing any money. That being said, I might actually show you some technical analysis. Like I say, I'm not the greatest at it, but I know enough to know what I need to know. So, as I can see here, first of all, this yellow line, for those of you watching, this is called a moving average, and this is the 21-day moving average. You can see it up here where it says EMA 21, and it's very significant when it comes to looking at the charts and deciding where the pattern is going to go, and in relation to price and things like that. Now really pay attention to this 21 because it's very significant. Every time these every time these candles have been above the 21-day, it's near enough bounced off of it. It's bounced off of it and it's kept that support, and it's gone higher and higher and higher. But notice every time when it's gone below it and it's broken below it, you've seen lower action. Now, as I can see here, it's only just broke it, and on top of that, it's formed this pattern called a falling wedge. Like you see here, I've drawn two lines to make it look like some sort of like sandwich with some ham in between. With some ham in between. My words ain't coming out. It's too early for me this time right now. I just literally just woke up, looked at my telly, and then turned this on and thought, let me do a video on VeChain. Anyway, I ain't cutting nothing either. Let me show you what a falling wedge looks like, because usually it's a bullish move, meaning the price usually goes up. So have a look in this image here. So you have a line and then another line, which forms that sandwich looking thing with some ham in between. Actually, that might be crisps or potato chips, isn't it? Because anyway, and then you can measure it from the top to the bottom, and then you can drag it along from its breakout point, and that should give you a rough estimate as to how high we could see this price potentially go. So let's do this with VeChain and actually see what happens, because it's just broken out and it's obviously closed its first candle outside of this falling wedge. So I'm going to take this here, my line tool, and I'm going to measure it from the top all the way down to its bottom, or roughly around here. That's within the triangle, right? And then if I drag this across, it should give us a rough estimate as to how high VeChain could potentially go in the next, few days, maybe weeks. We are looking at a potential price for VeChain at 0.05 cents, okay? So, bear that in mind as well as you're investing on your journeys. Just thought I'd do a little bit of technical stuff there, because some people like it, some people don't. I don't do it much in my videos, but I thought, I'll try something, see if it works for you guys. But let's talk VeChain, because when you have VeChain, believe it or not, you actually get a coin called VTHOR. And I haven't really spoken much about VTHOR, purely for the fact that I know that you guys will need to have a lot to be earning a good sort of like passive income in relation to having VeChain, because essentially from the moment you buy a VeChain, if you have it in like a Binance, I think Binance, have to check me on that one, but if you have it in a ledger, you receive VTHOR tokens for free. So essentially you're staking VeChain just by holding it in a wallet that accepts you to receive VTHOR tokens. Now 100,000, I'm just going to be very real with you here, guys. 100,000 would give you roughly, over the year, right? Oh, let me calculate this, because I've done it on a strength node, you see, because you have different nodes and things like that. So if you was just holding it in a wallet, it'd be classed as staking, and 100,000 would give you 42 VTHOR tokens every single day. Every single month, you're looking at 294. Over the year, though, you'd be earning 15,330. Now look, the price of VTHOR right now right? The price of VTHOR right now is 0.003. So what is that, 0.005 cents? I'm just going to do this real quick, show you how much it's going to cost. Sorry, not how much it's going to cost. How much you'd make over the year with VTHOR if you was to hold it for a year. Because you get 15,330, right? So 15,330. If we times this by 0.003, you're not going to get much. You're looking at £45 a month. This is why many people have been going for the strength nodes, because when you get strength nodes, you get so much more VTHOR. You see? So in relation to staking it, maybe it's not worth it. For me, if I'm holding VeChain, I'm looking to hold it to the point where I see it hit a certain price, and then I look to take my profits. And that's not a bad strategy, guys, because with the way VeChain is going right now, we could see some absolute insane gains. And, you know, like I've said this before in my last videos, it has 86 billion total supply coins. Now, remember what I said about XRP, and I'm only comparing the supply, guys, nothing else. Nothing apart from its supply. I'm not talking utility, I'm not talking what it can do and can't do. I know what VeChain can do. I've seen what they're doing with those little tags, putting them in shoes and wines and things like that. Do your research if you haven't seen it, and then you'll understand why it's such a good project. And I understand what XRP is doing as well with the on-demand liquidity. I think that's what it is, on-demand liquidity, innit? But I'm not talking about utility. All I'm talking about is supply. Look at it, 99. What's this hovering for? 99 billion. 99 billion, and it went as high as £2.74, which is almost $3.84. It's not showing it there, but I can bring it down. I have a reason why I'm showing this, and I do it every time in my videos. If you're new watching, if a coin with 99 billion in total supply, by the way, and I find total supply is a better reading for me when I look at these charts, can hit £2.75, and I'll show you what that looks like in dollars. £2.75, you're looking at $3.83. If it can hit that with 99 billion, I have to believe that a coin with less supply, 86 billion total, can go just as high. So you're talking £3 essentially, and if that's the case, and it's only sitting on 3 cents now, we can really work out if 100k is enough. Because if you have 100k, 100,000, and you times that by £3, which is probably $5, you're looking at £300,000. My God. That is absolute insane gains. £300,000 is a house. I don't mean to laugh, but it's the truth. It's a house. Mummy? No, I'm not even going there. Should I? Mummy? What is it? No, Mummy, come closer. What is it? I'm buying VeChain because I think it's cheap and I want to get a house. What is wrong with you? Who is VeChain? No, Mummy. VeChain is a coin. I don't know this thing. If you keep talking this thing, I will slap this VeChain out of your head. Okay, Mummy. Okay, guys, I gotta stop. It's too much. Literally, I do so many different voices. I'm losing myself. So, VeChain to me can hit £3. And you know what? If we're going to be real with it, right? I'm going to be very real with you right now. Let's take a look at XRP's market cap last year, because the last bull run, its market cap, and I'm going to shuffle this in. I want to bring it right in to really show you how high XRP went in relation to market cap. This is all we're talking about, market cap, because market cap is significant when you check how high these altcoins can go. And you know, for me, XRP set that fine example for altcoins as to how high a market cap can actually go. So let me bring it right in. Let me see if I can get to the top. It's not letting me get right up there. What's going on? Hold on. Let me bring it in just a tiny bit more. Okay. No, still not letting me get up there. Anyway, if you look here, it's saying 101 billion. I know it actually says 109 billion at the top because I just did a video last day? 2 days ago? I did a video and it said 109 billion. But this is saying 101. Yeah, because it's not let me get to that top. Actually, I'm going to try and bring it in just a bit more just to prove. I need to prove this thing to you. Here we go. Let's try it now. There we go. What does that say? 108 billion. I can work with 108 billion. That's fine. It keeps changing every single day. What I'm trying to get at is this. Right now, VeChain's market cap is 1.9 billion. I'm going to copy that and I'm going to put it in my cheap Windows 10 calculator. And then I'm going to times it by 10. When VeChain does a 10x, you'd be looking at 19 billion. 19 billion. So essentially, if VeChain was to do a 10x, you could take this here and then and shimmy it across like that. And then you'd be looking at a £3 price. Oh, sorry, a 30 pence price for VeChain. Jumping ahead here, aren't I? So let me take it a step further, because if we was to then times that by 10, it would be pushing it to almost 200 billion. Now, with the way this market's going, right? And I know it'd be about 100 billion more than, well, 90 billion more than what XRP hit before. But I still think it's doable. And when I look at these billions, right, the 200 billion, I think that's going to be very doable for many, many cryptocurrencies in the top 15, top 20. I really, really do believe that. Where's VeChain right now in relation to position 27? I think that they're all going to start pumping. I think we haven't seen it. I know we've seen prices pump, but I think there's going to be more pump coming. I really do feel that. And I'll tell you why. Because look at the Bitcoin dominance up here. The last time we saw an absolute insane pump for altcoins, the Bitcoin dominance was around 30%. This is at 60%. So the Bitcoin is still in demand. But once it comes out of demand and people start throwing their money into other projects, and you best believe we've got these Elon Musks and all these other people now, they're going to start looking at coins like this, and they're going to start looking at coins like the VeChains. It's possible. And if it doesn't happen now or this year, and it happens on the next bull run, fine. No, people can't tell time. But I believe it's possible. And if it does reach that, you'd be looking at a £3 price. Let me shimmy this across, because that was times 10, that's times 100. You're essentially talking 100x from where it is now. It would easily do 100x from where it was before, because I'm pretty sure if you was down here collecting before, you would have been accumulating, VeChain for the longest time. So you probably have 100,000, most people. I think 100,000 is enough. Even if it was just to hit £1, guys, £1, which I think is very doable, by the way, you'd still be making £100,000. And £100,000 is a lot of money for someone that invested, because let's be real now. Look, I'm going to show you this, yeah? I'm going to be super real. If you've been in VeChain, right? Which one's I'm going to just take the price. There you go. Right, so let's look back, because look how low it's been for the longest time. 003. It's been floating. It's gone up a bit and it came back down here. 002. 002. I'm seeing 002 twice. I can remember that twice. To make 100,000, if you times this by 0.002, look how much it would have cost you back then. £200. If you had £1,000 to invest, you would have roughly 500,000 VeChain. So 100,000, you would have had that. My God, I think I need to do another video to see if 500,000 is enough. Because I think there's a lot of people out there right now that's got more than 100,000. The only reason I said 100,000 is because I'm trying to be real. And I'm trying to be very realistic. Like, in today's world, today, as it sits at 3 pence, 100,000, you're talking £3,000. And that's very realistic for the average person. To be fair, the average person may not be able to afford that. Because I usually say the average person should be able to afford 1,000. And that's only going to give them 32,000. But for the people that have been sitting here in the past, you have that 100,000. You probably have more. And I think there's going to be a lot of people smiling later on from VeChain giving you some success just from it hitting £1 alone. If it was to hit £1, guys, well, this is 32,000. I do think everybody should be aiming for the 100,000. I really do believe that, especially if you're a fan of VeChain and you want to make some good gains. Because if you have that 100,000 and when it hits £1, I'm not saying when it hits £1, which is $1, 27 cents. Let me just check that. Talking all nonsense here. $1.39. Sorry, I know there's 11p counts, whatever the penny is. If it hits this, you get 100 grand, and there's so much you can do with £100,000, guys. It really, really is. Where's the 100,000? Usually when you talk about something, you want it on the screen, didn't you? Hold on. There you go. When it hits £100,000. Anyway, I thought I'd open your mind to that. I think 100,000 is enough. What do you guys think? Drop your comments down below and let me know what you think, because I'm always interested to know what you guys think. If you enjoyed this, please drop a like. Give me a subscribe. I'm looking for my phone again. It's always on my bed on the other side. This is why I got to keep saying looking for my phone. Right, so thank you guys for watching anyway. I want to give a shout out to my patrons. This is my Patreon account. If you guys want to come into it, you're welcome to have a look. There's 7 different tiers, so you guys can join whichever tier you think is good for you, which will help you on your journey. But yeah, shout out to my patrons: Daniel Atkins, Toyin Oteri, Glenda, It's Time, Ross Burford, Zpax Zpax, Silent Crypto, Abdul-Kareem, Kora Black, SM, Ibby A, iDan, Andrew, Tehseen Waheed, Tony Dam, Marco Costante, Scott Vu, Jazz, Azzawi, Plebian, so making my throat there, Plebian, Liliana, and Michael. Thank you so much. I'm shocked at the amount of patrons that I have and that keep coming through, and I see the other patrons. I see you guys. Thank you so much as well. I really appreciate your support. Helps me in the channel. I'm gonna leave it here. Hope it helped you. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Cheers.